Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this evening? It's Thursday, Creative Leadership Academy Info Session Day. Hey, everybody. My name is Carl Settles, and I am the founder and executive director of E4Youth. And really excited about the year, despite all the challenges that we're facing collectively. E4Youth is continuing to grow. Actually, the need is even more pronounced. And I'm glad that over the past year that we were able to start the Creative Leadership Academy. And I really want to tell you about that story. But and tell you how you can get involved as well. First of all, let's tell you about E4Youth. So E4Youth, we engage, educate, employ, and empower creative youth. Our mission is to use the arts, sciences, and technology to help youth find and pursue pathways to successful careers in the creative economy through hands-on training, active mentorship, and exposure to real-world opportunities. Now, sometimes people get a little bit confused about what we mean by the creative economy. And creative economy is actually a term that was coined by a guy by the name of John Hawkins, and he called it an economic good, service, or experience resulting from creativity and with the characteristics of being personal, novel, and meaningful. Now, I added to that for which folks will pay. If you think about the companies that are really driving our economy, is Netflix a technology company or is it an entertainment company? What about Google? What about Facebook? Creativity, if you look at Amazon, they took selling books. They used a novel way, a new way, using technology, leveraging that to do that, and they did that really well. And then they've been able to flip it into all of these other things, and that's really what we're talking about, the creative economy. Jeff Bezos is not coding for Amazon. He is laying out a vision, and the creative economy is what's driving the economy. And we want um, people of color in particular to be able to really fully participate in that. So, what is the Creative Leadership Academy? You're asking yourself. So, the Creative Leadership Academy is essentially a cohort. And I guess I'll go a little bit back into the history. When we started E for Youth, our primary thing that we've always done is provide high school enrichment clubs. Um, Many students can't tell you what they're interested in or what they're good at. So we develop curriculum, and we train college age students, and we hire them to go into the classroom and help these students build relationships and build digital portfolios that reflect the things that 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 they're engaged in, and then actually have them develop portfolios that we use to work with our partners throughout technology and creative industries, and actually employ them to do real work. And that is the process that we use to empower our students. And so we wanted the quality of our clubs to improve. And we figured out that, hey, if we want to do that, we have to start to invest more in the college age students that we work with. And so over a year ago, we started paying stipends to college age students to help them, give them a little bit more time and incentive to start building their portfolios. And as we've always done, we've taken the strongest of those and we've custom matched them with teachers that are career and technical education teachers around the city, and they essentially lead their enrichment clubs. And so that's why we started the Creative Leadership Academy. And that the way that it works now is that when people join the academy, they start off as what we call digital apprentices. And digital apprentices are essentially volunteers. But if you participate, and we'll talk about what the minimum level for that is in a little bit. If you have active participation at the end of each semester, you can receive a $250 gift card. Okay. So our employment pathways out of this digital apprenticeship, okay, is we have, of course, creative mentors that lead our enrichment clubs, which I've talked about. And then we have digital docents. And this is a new employment pathway as a part of the Austin Digital Heritage Project, where we are actually training and hiring college age students to collect and curate oral histories of older adults throughout Central Texas, and using that content to create immersive experiences. And I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that's another employment pathway. And then, of course, as we've always done over the years, is that people that are participating as our digital apprentices can also get internships and employment opportunities with our partners, whether they be sister nonprofits and mostly creative and technology companies like local advertising agencies. So some success stories. This past just a few months ago, Bryson Williams, he started with us about 5 years ago. And he was at LBJ High School when we met him. Now he's a graduate of Texas State. He had 5 paid internships at local advertising and technology companies, and now he is the lead creative at the Permanent Legacy Foundation, and he's doing amazing stuff there. Andrea Denal, she was in our program before. Now she's doing interaction design at Nokia. Christopher Robinson. Christopher had a degree. He was working in the culinary arts and kind of reached wasn't really being fulfilled there. He started as a creative mentor with us, and within a year he got a job as an engineer with Tableau, and he's probably making more money than all of us. So that worked out well for him. And then we have Savannah Garza. She was a creative mentor here in Austin, actually at the school that she went to at Aikens High School. And she's now a designer for the Marina Arts District in Corpus Christi. And last but certainly not least, and there's many more stories that we have James Granberry, who's still a creative mentor to this day, but he's also a junior copywriter now at McGarrett Jesse. And when I met James 3 years ago, he had a journalism degree, but he didn't even know what the job description of copywriter was. And so he's doing some amazing things. So as a part of this, the Creative Leadership Academy, we have what we call industry studio sessions. And that's Monday through Thursday during the week from 6 to 7:30. We have different partners that are going to be leading a studio around a certain a particular discipline or interdisciplinary project. And so one of those is going to be led by the Butler Brothers. And you can go to the butlerbrothers.com, check out their website. And they are a branding company. And they are going to be taking students through a design and advertising project. We also have Music Legacy, ATX, and I'm going to describe that, show you a video for that in a little bit. And of course, the Austin Digital Heritage Project. So the 23rd, we'll be doing the project leaders from these projects are going to be pitching to members of the CLA. You'll get to choose one of these studios that you participate in, and one day a week between 6 and 7:30, you'll be able to work with these partners and finish up with a capstone presentation at the end of the semester. So I talked about the Butler Brothers. They're an award-winning creative company. The project will be focused on branding and design. And you're going to be doing work for a real client, and they're going to take you through a process where they really start to, based off of your feedback, really try and match you to a project that they can do with a partner, and see if we can really deliver some value. And you can see over there on the left-hand side of the screen their website address if you want to check that out. Music Legacy Project. So for you musicians that are out there, we have a Business of Music Fellowship, and it's led by Jonathan Shaka Mahone of the award-winning hip hop group Riders Against the Storm. He has monthly check-ins with you, and he has curriculum that he's developed. You'll get a subscription to be able to participate in those curriculum sections. And we'll have a senior creative mentor who's actually behind the scenes tonight, 10. He'll be working with you weekly to help you do some goal setting and make sure that you get through your assignments. You get access to private instructors. And we also have a quarterly music concert series. And actually, I want to show this quick video tell you a little bit more about the Music Legacy Project.
We all have a story to tell. For the last 5 years, the Music Legacy Project has been about the work of helping young people find their story and then share it with the world. Every year, a handful of eager students comes to us with incredible talent, but little idea on how to direct it. We take that promise and polish it through workshops, discussions, and guided practice. Over weeks and months, they learn more about the career path of a musician, covering topics like branding, event production, public relations, email etiquette and outreach, social media, and more. The students begin to learn what it means to be a professional. Guests from different sectors of the Austin music industry drop in to share their expertise and offer key insights. Mentorship and one-on-one tutoring is provided via partnerships with organizations like Anthropos Arts. At the end of this process, we find a more informed and confident young leader in music with more tools and a broader network at their disposal. The future of music in Austin can't get where it's going without knowing where it started. The legacy they leave behind is up to them. We all have a story to tell.
So it's a great program. Shotgun is an amazing instructor, and we really want to, especially now, it's hard. It's hard to make a living as a musician, and so we really want to provide you all with some resources and really a network of also professionals that are going to help you really be able to advance your career. And lastly, the industry studio session that actually I will be spearheading is the Austin Digital Heritage Project. I talked earlier, we have this curriculum that we developed called VR Remix Party Curriculum. It's open source, a curriculum that allows people to use open source tools like a web browser to tell immersive stories about any location in the world. So our digital docents are actually collecting and curating oral histories, and we're building what we call the E4 Virtual Archive, which is an interface that displays these immersive stories based on locations around the city. As a part of this project, our digital docents also are going to be providing support for sister organizations. You see Latinitas, Creative Action, Call Me Madre. So we're providing curriculum and support for them to implement the curriculum, and our digital docents will be helping them do that, as well as build out this virtual archive. And in addition to that, we also will have community storytelling showcases throughout the year. So that's an overview of the Creative Leadership Academy, and what in particular the industry studios. Now to get down to the nitty gritty about what you digital apprentices would be doing as a part of the Creative Leadership Academy. I'm going to introduce Ricardo Villegas to the screen, and I believe Humberto Perez, our education director, may be joining him. There he is, joining him as well. And I'm going to let you guys take it from here.
Cool. Thank you, Carl. So, so we're really excited about this year's Creative Leadership Academy. And I'm even more excited because Ricardo here, he's going to actually take the lead on these academies. So Ricardo has been a creative mentor with us for over, 2 years?
4 years. Well, creative mentor, 2 years. Mm-hmm.
So he's been, 2 years, but he's been with the program for 4 years. And so he's going to be leading a lot of this. And I'm really excited about that. So Ricardo, go ahead and tell them about what we're going to do.
Sure. Yeah, I'm really excited about this opportunity as well, because I'm going to be really learning how to manage a group. Basically, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be there sort of as a mentor that's going to help get your portfolio set up, make sure it's up to par, make sure everything is like at a good point. I'm going to be helping with resumes. We're going to be doing a lot of workshopping and a lot of building on top of your different skills and everything. We're going to be doing in-house virtual talks where you get to hear from other industry professionals and be inspired and be able to ask questions so you can expand your connections, your network, and everything. And overall, it's going to be, I feel that it's going to be a really great opportunity for anyone who wants to basically improve so that they can get into the creative field.
Cool. So yeah.
Lose him?
Could you go ahead and repeat that, Humberto?
We lost you.
Hello? Can y'all see me?
Yeah. Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, my internet's acting wonky today. I don't know why. So yeah, I mean, we're really excited about what we're going to be doing this year. And I just kind of wanted to open up to questions. If y'all have any questions, you can put some comments, and we'll take a look at the comment section and answer any questions you might have. We're going to have several orientations starting next week, and you can apply online at e4youth.org and go to careers, and then just look for the Creative Mentor Digital Apprentice link there. I think it's also on our front page, so you can click on that link and then apply, and then we'll invite you to one of our orientations. We have several. We'll have 6, so that we have plenty, so that gives y'all flexibility to show up at the one that you can show up at. So yeah, I don't see any questions there yet.
I think while the questions come in, I can talk a little bit about my journey with E4Youth, if that's okay.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Okay. So I first heard about E4Youth actually in my last year of high school. I was a senior. I was graduating in a few months, and I still didn't know what I wanted to do. But I had a teacher who was very helpful, and he really looked out for his students. And he told me about E4Youth. They were having a program called Shadow the Pros, which was like an internship shadowing program. And I was really interested in it. It seemed very cool. I got to learn about an industry that I was curious about, which was advertising. And actually, that is how I decided to choose my major. And I haven't looked back since. I actually graduated just a few months ago from advertising. And I've been with E4 since then, helping in any way that I can. To me, I feel that they're a really good organization that really cares about growth in its participants. And that's something that I really appreciate. And I want to be able to help out however I can. I have actually been a creative college mentor for 2 years. This is, I guess, this year would be, I'm considered something else since I'm going to be running the CLA. But I really enjoy being able to go back to my high school and sort of be someone that students can look for, like in support or as a mentor. And I've been able to participate in all the different programs that E4Youth has had, except for Music Legacy. But it does seem really cool. I'm just not musically inclined. But yeah, I think I just really enjoy E4Youth because I'm able to learn new things throughout the whole path. Throughout everything, I've been able to always learn, meet new people. And I think it's been really good to be able to sort of get ready for what life is going to be like in my field.
That's awesome. So yeah, we're very excited to.
Oh, Did we lose Umberto? Man, the Gremlins are out tonight. I think you were frozen. I got knocked off there for a minute. So I guess I mean we have more folks that are here behind the scenes, and actually, Karina, I know that you're out there moderating, but why don't we put Karina on screen? Because I really want her to really talk about her participation in E for Youth, and I mean she's had some really great recent news that happened to her, and I think she's also a really great example, and might spark you all to want to ask some additional questions. Can we get Karina on? No? She out there in the ether somewhere?
She's out there in the social media world.
Out there in the social media world, on the Instagrams is. Okay, well, how about 10? Can we get 10 up in here?
Hey,
there you go. What's up, man?
I'm good. Yeah,
we're kind of spitballing it tonight. You know, it just seems like we just got to keep overcoming obstacles. We haven't had many questions. I guess we've just done such a fantastic job of explaining. But 10, why don't you just talk about how you first got involved in E for Youth? You've been with us 2-3 years now.
It might be 3 years now. Yeah. Yeah. So I did the Music Legacy Project back in, I guess it would be 2017, and that was really it was way more informative than I thought it'd be. Even because it just put me in a place where I could interact with people that were actually in the music industry, and it made a lot of the idea of working in music a lot more attainable and a lot less scary, because it does feel sometimes like it's, oh yeah, maybe 1 in a million is gonna make it. But you know, I think Shaka really taught me that if you just make the right moves and you make your next step your best step, then you can make a real life living. You know, you don't have to be a millionaire to be a person working in music. And after that, I did the CLA and am now a digital docent, and it's been really useful to just learn technical skills, learning how to run these live streams, learning how to now index and do transcripts on old oral histories. It's interesting how deep a lot of these things you wouldn't think about go. Like just making YouTube videos, how deep you can just document the history behind that. But yeah, E4 has been really useful.
So 10, you've been doing some shadowing recently.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yes, I've been shadowing with TBD Post. That is a post-production company in Austin, and that means they handle the back end of content like editing and voiceover and a bunch of audio mixing and such. And so yeah, with TBD Post so far, I've gotten a pretty large overview of what post-production looks like. I was shadowing editors for a while and an audio engineer doing voiceovers for advertisements. And yeah, it's been really valuable to just be in rooms where they just work. It's cool to see that sometimes you really are in a meeting for 5 hours working on a 30-second spot. And that's just how it goes. And it definitely showed me what it really means to work in the entertainment and post-production fields, because I would have never really known that unless I was in that room, hearing the back and forth between the creative directors and the post producers and just everyone involved. but that's been really valuable so far, and I'm looking forward to diving even deeper.
Awesome. And Tin, you just graduated with the degree in what?
Biochemistry. Yeah, so I've graduated
Biochemistry.
UT with a biochemistry degree, and I'm applying to med schools now. And I mean, I'm planning on keeping this up. This has been really great, and just having the ability to make content that really reaches an audience and really says something, I think is applicable to any field. It doesn't really matter what it is. Just that ability to communicate and kind of educate on any topic is really useful.
Absolutely, absolutely. We still don't believe you're going to be a doctor, but you know, okay. I mean, that's great that you're going to be a doctor, but I don't know. We just feel like we're going to steal you back onto the full creative side. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see how it
goes. Well, I'm not seeing any additional questions out there. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's fine. My feelings aren't hurt. That just means we just did an incredible job of explaining. And you know, okay. I see one. Okay.
So from Sophie, so if offered the position, would we start as an apprentice and then further down the line have the opportunity to become a mentor, or would we start as a mentor?
Umberto, you want to speak to that, or you want me to speak to it?
Yeah, I can speak to it. Basically, it kind of depends. It depends on what kind of experience you have, and you know what you're bringing with you in terms of like certain skill sets. We also don't like we're also kind of limited right now in creative mentor positions. We don't have a ton. We're hoping to grow that, and the more that we grow, the more that we'll have creative mentor positions available. So it really just kind of depends. You know, we take a look at every applicant, and I talk to every single applicant and figure out where they're at, and figure out, you know, whether or not you know, they'd be a great fit for the position. But also, it also depends on scheduling, because we also have to schedule you with like a school, with like a teacher, pair you up with a teacher. And so also your schedule's got to fit there, and your school, I always defer to your school being your priority, because it should be. And so therefore, like, you may have a class during one of the times it's open, but you know, if not, sometimes there's an opening. And
oh, did we lose him? Yeah, I would say that it really does depend. For digital docents, content makers, essentially, if we have a burning need for somebody and you're killing it, then yeah, you could get hired immediately in a paid position. More than likely, it all always boils down to your portfolio. And I'll say this, that by design, what happens with our senior creative mentors like Ricardo, like Karina, who's unable to come on screen, she just got hired for a full-time internship based off of a summer internship that she did. So she's leaving us. You know, we help you become kick-ass. I don't know how else to say it. And so by design, you're not going to be here. You're not supposed to stay around here forever. You're going to be moving on. And the idea for us is that we want to have a queue, right? Of next person comes in. Also, there are opportunities as we continue to grow. Right now, I have 5 digital docents. You know, that could very easily, depending upon how things go the remainder of this year, that could be 10. So, and also, you know, Tin's going to medical school. He's not going to be around forever. So there's lots of opportunities. I think the idea is you have to ask yourself, and I understand everybody's got to make money, but you could participate at whatever level is comfortable for you and just use it as an opportunity to build your portfolio and build your network. So even if you don't do the full 20 hours a month to qualify for a full cash stipend, you can still get benefit out of it. So ultimately, it's not about us or E for Youth, what we want to do, what we want you to do for us. It's really ultimately, how can we help you get to what your ultimate goal will be, and how can we help you identify what that goal is? So hope that was helpful. All right. See, I was almost about to say goodbye, and then we had like a really great question. Is it 20 hours a month that they have to put in minimum to qualify for the cash stipend? Or is that still to be determined?
No, it's 20 hours a month.
Okay, great.
You're welcome, Sophie. Thanks for the question.
And just to give you a little bit of an idea, so we meet 4 nights a week, but you don't have to go and meet every night that week, right? You could the idea is that you get to choose, you get to opt in to the activities that are the best match for what your interests are. Also, the time that you spend working on your portfolio, practicing if you're doing music, all of that stuff counts as your time. Okay. You just have to be able to document that. And, frankly, if you're spending that time, then you should have some like pretty cool portfolio pieces as well as evidence that you've been spending that time. So again, it's really, we're here to support you ultimately.
Yes.
Any other questions? I'm gonna give it about, I think there's a little bit of a lag. So, we'll give it about 10, 15 more seconds. Well, I just want to say that thank you, those of you that checked out this info session. Hopefully it was helpful. Please feel free to share this opportunity. Also, go to our website, and if you click on programs and then Creative Leadership Academy, you can check out this video again. It'll be saved up there, but you can also go ahead and apply. Go ahead and apply now, and that way we can reach out to you and invite you to a more informal type of orientation, where you really get to, you don't have to interface through the social medias and all that jazz, right? Make it a lot easier to have more intimate types of conversations about what you're interested in. So I don't see any more questions. I want to thank you all for checking us out, and we'll be seeing you around the way. All right, everybody.